Oh yeah, man, say man, Kid did in South Walker. I did an interview last night. Shout out to my boy There's a project. He'll be dropping some. The subject in hand, Mexican OT. See now, at first when I was speaking on what I was speaking on, I was only talking about the shit I seen on Say Cheese with the girl and all that Say Cheese. My bro Danza showed me the interview and showed me exactly verbatim what Mexican OT said on the interview on the podcast with all the women. OT, bitch, you wrong, ho. I'm gonna tell you why you wrong, little bro. I'm gonna tell you why you wrong, OT. And you got a black brother. That's what you partially was finna get into it, but you didn't want to get into it. Know what I'm saying? You got a whole 50% black brother, nigga, that's mixed, nigga, a real little nigga that's your brother, so you should feel 100%. He should feel, a motherfucker feel what I'm saying. What about this part? I ain't fucked up with you about saying, can you say nigga, and because you grew up with us, went through all this shit with us, you love us, nigga, you been through everything that a nigga been through, so that's why you feel you say you can say nigga. The problem and the issue is the fact when you say nigga in a room full of women, is there any black niggas in here? Is there any niggas in here? Well, if it is some niggas in here, what you gonna do about it? That's where you fucked up at, brother. That's where the disrespect is. Because, OT, you know, if you was in a room full of violent niggas from Houston, full of violent niggas like myself, TSF niggas, any niggas that's really from the H like that, and we was having that conversation and you said it in that way. Y'all said, because who's going to do shit about it? Nigga, it would have been 6 niggas in a room raising their hands saying they want to fight you. You know that. You know how this shit get down in Houston.
Yeah. See, I didn't even see the whole interview. I did see that part with Mexican OT. So I really didn't get the full context of it. But anyway, Mexicans say nigga down here. They say it down here. And I always say it's all about the intent behind the word. I know white boys, young YN white boys that say nigga, and it's whatever, man. You pick your battles, and you always consider the intent. But Sauce Walker is absolutely right. That's what he's speaking to. He's speaking to the intent. So he's absolutely right. I don't know if, you know, it's incumbent on someone to exercise wisdom in all situations and what you're willing to go to battle for. But yeah, there are people out here who will go to battle for that type of perceived disrespect, and you have to consider that. And so Mexican OT has to know that in the right crowd, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't just be so bold to do that, because that demonstrates a different intent. You are intently daringly disrespecting someone. And now I would take that personally. It's not even about the word anymore. It's not about the word anymore. It's about the deliberate disrespect. You're deliberately disrespecting me and saying, what am I going to do about it? So at that point, manhood is challenged, and I'm a defender of manhood. I'm a defender of manhood and respect at all times. Now, again, we spoke about wisdom. Read your Proverbs every day. You know about wisdom. And there's a lot of young guys who don't know about wisdom, who don't exercise wisdom, don't consider wisdom. And when I mean wisdom it's just a little life lesson. Heart of Texas Media Network. life lessons. Just a word of advice to young YNs out there. I know T.I. said, I don't know what you do for your respect, but I'm going to die for mine. I feel that. I really feel that. I'm someone who is, you're speaking to someone, you're listening to someone who truly feels that and has stood on that at times, willing to die about my respect, and righteously, graciously, favorably made it through those situations. But you don't always make it through those situations. We know there's countless examples of it. And so one thing I learned from doing time was there's some people who will go to the extreme about certain situations, about conflict. Me, I'm never one to shy from conflict, but I will exercise the right wisdom and judgment in certain ways to approach conflict, because one thing I learned being locked up is some people will go to the extreme about what you perceive as a minuscule issue, point of conflict, and you'll end up fighting someone and their resolution is the extreme. Why am I saying this? I don't know why I'm saying this. I just feel compelled to say this. You ever seen that clip of that man, little short dude? He's like, man, you ready to die about this pussy? Cause I am.
Nigga in here pick me, nigga. You prepared to die for that pussy? I am. So get the fuck up out of here.
If you ain't never experienced that, that's real. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing really. But yeah, let's continue with the clip.
You a Texas Crip. If a nigga come up to you and say, Mexican OT, you ain't no motherfucking Crip. And what you gonna do about it? Nigga, you gonna wanna fight about this. Niggas in the room gonna say, who ain't what squabble? That's where the disrespect and the fucked up part is, OT.
Yeah, see, that's where I said it. I know I said a lot to say that, but disrespect. So yeah, that's something to fight about. That is something to fight about. But I want to always promote wisdom, not just brash emotional responses.
Because at the end of the day, nigga, you know there's nothing but women in that room. There's a bunch of girls in that room. It was a now violent street nigga that come from where you come from and been through what you've been through, or that's from somewhere else that's gonna disagree with you and with that statement to the point to where they'll fight you about that or they'll do something about that. So therefore, that's what people in the general public gonna take it like that's hoe shit, because you're doing something in a setting where people are going to consider it, where it's safe to say that right then and right there. Would you possibly say that around a room full of a bunch?
But yeah, so that's the end of the video. Yeah, unless he bold about it like that, unless he really bold about it like that, hey, you know, that's what I'm saying on both sides. What are you really willing to push the line for? Anyway, all this is stupid, but it's entertainment. It's all entertainment, but it's all entertainment, and we always want to consider what the real lesson is, the real point of observation. Anyway, peace and blessings. Heart of Texas Media. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Take care.